How to boost your brain power with 7 easy exercises. What if I told you that the most powerful machine in the universe, the one capable of creating empires, solving impossible problems, and turning ordinary people into legends, is sitting right between your ears, and you've barely scratched its surface? See, most people spend more time charging their phones than training their brains. And they wonder why they feel mentally tired, unfocused, forgetful, like they're always one step behind. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't broken, it's bored. It's waiting, begging, to be challenged. And the problem isn't a lack of intelligence. It's the abundance of mental shortcuts we've been sold as modern living. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a fancy app. You don't even need more time. What you need is to learn how to wake your brain up with simple, proven, and strangely fun exercises that most people overlook completely. Exercises that sharpen your memoria, reignite your concentricao, and unlock a level of desenvolvimento cerebral that even technology can't touch. And in this video, we're going to do exactly that. But let me warn you, once your brain wakes up, your life changes. Schulte Table. Picture yourself standing in front of a grid. 25 numbers scattered randomly, like a battlefield of digits daring your mind to take control. The mission is simple. Find and follow the numbers in order, 1 to 25, as fast as humanly possible. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This isn't a game. It's a mental gym. Within seconds, your brain is forced into high alert, sharpening your peripheral vision, accelerating your information processing, and demanding laser-like focus in a world that constantly pulls you in 1,000 directions. Here's the power of it. No fancy apps, no gamified tricks, no cheering audience. Just you, the numbers, and your ability to stay present under pressure. If you're someone who constantly juggles tasks, scrolls endlessly, or finds it hard to finish what you start, the Schulte Table is your reset button. Try it 3 times a week. Track your speed. You'll notice it. Your brain becomes quicker. You read faster. You absorb more. Everyday activities like reading, driving, or even holding conversations begin to feel smoother, more intentional, because you're reawakening your cognitive edge. I once spoke to a young entrepreneur drowning in distractions, brilliant ideas, but no focus to finish them. He started with just 60 seconds a day on the Schulte Table. Within a week, his clarity improved. Within a month, his team noticed he was sharper, more decisive. This is what happens when we train the brain to hunt, not drift. And just when you think your mind is adapting, it's time to throw in a twist that flips your instincts upside down. Multicolor text, Stroop Effect. Now, imagine this. You see the word red written in green. Your brain knows it says red, but something feels off. You're told to say the color of the word, not what's written, but what you actually see. It sounds easy until you try it. That's the power of the Stroop Effect. It's not just a tongue twister for your brain. It's a full-on battle between habit and awareness. And in that battle, your concentration, memory, and multitasking abilities are the first to be tested, strengthened, and sharpened. This simple exercise reveals something profound. Our minds often default to automatic responses. We read without thinking, we scroll without seeing, we speak without reflecting. The Stroop Effect forces you to pause, to override the obvious, and that small act rewires your brain. It boosts your mental flexibility. Your brain starts to stretch, like a muscle that's been asleep for too long. And that stretch builds resilience. You become more agile in decision-making, less reactive in stressful situations. You slow down, but think faster. You hesitate less, but choose better. I remember using this exercise during long flights. I'd scribble words in random colors on napkins just to keep my mind active. You can turn this into a game, with friends, with kids, even at work. Set a timer. Make it competitive. Laugh when you mess up. Because in that chaos, you're building something most people never do, cognitive control. And once you start mastering that control, you'll realize, even when your eyes are closed, your mind can still lead. Blindfolded tasks. Close your eyes. Not in a metaphorical sense. I mean actually, right now, close them. Try to write your name. Or type a short sentence on your phone. Maybe even walk a few steps in a familiar room. You'll quickly notice something strange. The world becomes unpredictable, and your body starts searching for answers in places you rarely use. That's the beauty of blindfolded tasks. They wake up the spatial memory, activate hidden sensory systems, and force your coordination to work overtime. It's uncomfortable, and that's exactly the point. When sight is removed, the brain compensates. Your sense of touch sharpens. Your ears pick up sounds more clearly. Your inner sense of direction comes alive. It's like forcing your brain to operate on a higher frequency. Tasks like brushing your teeth, drawing a circle, or typing a phrase with your eyes closed become challenges that rewire your neural pathways. These moments, small as they seem, build resilience. And more importantly, they teach you to trust your brain, not just your senses. That's a level of awareness most people never tap into. But once you do, it sticks. I've seen athletes train with blindfolds to perfect balance. I've worked with speakers who rehearse their talks in total darkness, so their message flows from memory, not a script. And you can do this too. Every morning, try tying your shoelaces with your eyes closed. Try making your coffee. You'll fumble at first. You'll probably laugh. But soon, your memory recall, your brain-body coordination, your autonomy cognitive systems, they'll all rise. And speaking of coordination, there's a little trick with your hands that will humble even the smartest minds. Hand coordination. Let me challenge you right now. Make a peace sign victory hand with your right hand and an okay hand sign with your left. Now switch them, then switch again, and again. Do it 5 times fast. Seems simple, right? Most people get it wrong by the second switch. Why? Because this little exercise short-circuits your brain's cortical cerebro and forces it to create a new neural pathway, right there, in real time. It's a game of rhythm, timing, and precision. And the brain? Oh, it loves this kind of challenge. What's fascinating is that coordination isn't just physical, it's mental. Each time you switch hands, your brain has to override habit and build a fresh instruction. This strengthens not only your coordinatio motora, but your ability to adapt under pressure. It's the same mechanism your mind uses when switching tasks, solving problems, or making quick decisions. The more you train with exercises like this, the faster your brain gets at switching gears without dropping the ball. And in a world where multitasking is the norm, that's not just a bonus, it's survival. I met a surgeon once who did this before every operation, not because he needed to, but because he knew that even the smallest mental warm-up could prevent one tiny slip of the hand. That's the mindset. That's how champions think. They treat the brain like a high-performance engine that needs tuning, even in the smallest ways. And while your hands may be learning this new dance, your brain is quietly becoming faster, more efficient. Now imagine what happens when we ask that same brain to work with its non-dominant side. Use your non-dominant hand. Try brushing your teeth tonight with the other hand. Not your usual, comfortable, I can do this in my sleep hand, the awkward one, the clumsy one, the one you avoid. That's where real growth begins. When you use your non-dominant hand, you're not just challenging your body, you're rewiring your brain. You're building neuroplasticity. You're forming fresh neural connections that improve everything from fine motor skills to emotional regulation. It's like forcing your brain to step out of its comfort zone and into its full potential. You might spill toothpaste. You'll definitely feel ridiculous. But in that discomfort, something powerful is happening. Your brain is working harder, thinking deeper, adjusting faster. Whether you're writing, eating, stirring coffee, or even unlocking your phone, doing it with your non-dominant hand disrupts autopilot mode. And when you disrupt the automatic, you awaken the intentional. The left and right hemispheres of your brain begin communicating in new ways. Creativity spikes. Focus sharpens. The mind-body link strengthens in silence. And the results show up where you least expect. I knew a designer who started sketching with her non-dominant hand just for fun. 6 months later, her dominant hand became more precise, and her ideas flowed with more originality. Why? Because her brain wasn't stuck in routine anymore. It had options, flexibility, choice. That's the gift this exercise gives you. And just when your brain starts enjoying these unexpected workouts, it's time to bring in something even more engaging, where logic, memory, and competition meet in a single place. Brain games. Now, let's talk about a battlefield most people overlook, the game board. Not the kind filled with candy or mindless tapping, but the ones that make your neurons sweat. I'm talking about Sudoku, chess, enigmas, word scrambles, and those classic jogos mentais that challenge not your reflexes, but your riseo, logica, e memoria. These aren't just pastimes, they're training grounds. Each time you face a puzzle, your brain is asked to analyze, decide, and adapt. And in doing so, you're not just playing, you're becoming sharper. Think about it. A single game of chess can demand more strategic thinking than a week of decision-making in some jobs. A Sudoku puzzle forces your brain to scan patterns, hold information, and make calculations, all under pressure. These jogos de ratiocinio simulate real-life challenges in a low-risk environment. And here's the kicker. The more you enjoy it, the more your brain grows. Fun becomes fuel. The more frequently you engage, the better your memoria, the faster your ratiocinio, and the stronger your concentricao. One of my students replaced 15 minutes of scrolling each morning with a crossword and a Sudoku. In 30 days, his attention span nearly doubled. He reported clearer thinking, faster decision-making, and a surprising boost in creative problem-solving. That's the magic of attività divertita com proposito. It's not about killing time, it's about feeding your brain. And once you feel your mind expanding like that, you'll start questioning the one thing that's slowly making you mentally lazy without you even noticing. Limit tech dependence. We live in a world where people panic if their phone dies, but don't even blink when their memoria starts to fade. Alarms to wake up, apps to remember, calculators to think. Technology, while powerful, has slowly become a crutch. And the danger? We're outsourcing what our cerebro was designed to do best. When you stop using your memory, your autonomia cognitiva begins to wither. It's subtle. You won't notice it at first. But the next time you forget a name, an idea, or why you walked into a room, that's your brain waving a white flag. Now, this isn't a rant against technology. It's a call to balance. You don't need to throw away your phone. You just need to stop using it for everything. Try Calculo Mental when you can. Memorize 3 phone numbers. Go shopping without a list. It sounds small, even silly, but these tiny acts reignite neural circuits that have been asleep. Your brain thrives when it's challenged, and when you give it the opportunity, it rewards you with sharper focus, stronger retenção, and a sense of mental pride we've almost forgotten we're allowed to feel. I remember my grandfather could recite entire addresses, birth dates, even credit card numbers, all by heart. Not because he was special, but because back then, memorization wasn't optional, it was survival. Today, we've traded mental strength for digital convenience. But we can take it back, one step at a time, one challenge at a time. And as your mind grows stronger, more capable, more alert, you'll come to realize the greatest tool you've ever had was never in your hand. It's been in your head all along. Now that you've seen what your brain is truly capable of, the question is, will you do something about it? Every day, you have a choice: to let your mind stay on autopilot, or to train it like a warrior sharpens his sword. These exercicios cerebrales may seem simple, but behind each one is a powerful truth. Small actions, done with intention, can completely reprogram your foco, memoria, e concentricao. So ask yourself, are you challenging your brain, or just entertaining it? Which of these exercises will you start with today? Will you dive into the Schulte Table? Try brushing your teeth with your mão neo-dominante? Or maybe ditch your calculator and test your calculo mental? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you're committing to. And if you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you never miss another step on this journey of mental mastery. Because this is just the beginning. And your brain? It's just getting warmed up.